How you doing today? My name is Steven Garcia with Elsinore Valley Municipal Water District. I'm with the Water Production Department, and this display here is going to show the dynamics and hydraulics of the water distribution system, where we get our water from, how we pump our water from different tanks, and how our treatment plants work. So we hope you enjoy watching how the water distribution system works.
Hello, my name is Gregory Lopez. I'm with Elsinore Valley Municipal Water District. I'm in the Water Production Department, and right now I'm going to go over the different sources of water that we use to serve the city. So right here we have our Canyon Lake water treatment plant that pulls directly from Canyon Lake. So once we pull it, we treat it for any constituents and bacteria and viruses that may be in the water. And once it's done treating, it goes directly into one of our main reservoirs that will eventually get pulled from and feed the rest of the system. Another source of water that we use is groundwater that we pull from with our wells. We do not pull directly from Lake Elsinore, but we have aquifers around Lake Elsinore. Basically what they do is once the wells are running, we treat the water to make it safe. We test them for bacteria samples regularly, and then from there it feeds into the system and into our reservoirs. Another source that we get is our import water that we buy during high demand situations, mainly during summer when our wells isn't enough to feed the system.
So as Greg went over, we have our sources of water. Now these right here are reservoirs. What a reservoir is a water tank that holds the supply of water that feeds neighborhoods and businesses throughout the valley. So I've pointed out and explained what the water reservoirs are, and I've pointed out the booster stations. So these booster stations here, basically what they do is they boost water, they send water from one elevation to a higher elevation. For example, this tank here, its level is about halfway. And if we turn on that booster, it's gonna then push water to this tank, which is a little bit higher than that tank there. And as you can see, it's filling.
So if I continue to overflow the tank that booster is pulling from a different tank, and I'm not taking care of the levels on the other tank, I could either overflow the one that it's pumping up to, or I could drain the one that it's pulling the water from. Now, to stop that from happening, you got to monitor all the other tanks as well and make sure they have adequate water to move it all the way up.
Okay, so these right here are our booster pumps. Our booster pumps will pump water from one tank into another tank at a higher elevation. So for example, if I push this button here, it's going to turn this pump on and send water from this tank up to these tanks here. So why do we have tanks or reservoirs at different levels? It's to feed different residents or businesses that live all throughout the valley. So a tank at this height might supply water to those who are below that tank. And then a tank at this height will feed businesses and residents at this level. And that water is gravity fed. One question that people ask is, does the water stay in the tanks all the time? Are they always full? And they're not. That water is fluctuating daily. The reason for that is to keep the water fresh and clean and safe for the public to consume. So we've gone over our interactive display showing you how the hydraulics and dynamics of the water system work. And it's just for educational purposes. But out in the water distribution system, we have a lot more than just this. So we've got 2 water treatment facilities. We've got 14 active potable well sites, 52 active potable booster stations, and 70 reservoirs. Active potable reservoirs, the water tanks. So we hope you've enjoyed our interactive display here. I just wanted to also point out that 65% of our water is imported and 35% is local water, meaning it comes from our surface water reservoir or our groundwater wells. This here is an annual water quality report, consumer confidence report from 2019. You can pick up one of these at the district office. We also mail them out and they are on the website. If you have any questions or want to know any information about the district, you can always go on the website and check us out. So we thank you very much and appreciate it. Have a great day.